we remember Sri Vrindavanadam, especially when my leaving Sri Vrindavanadam is almost certain. Okay, so Balaram. Namaste Haladri Grama. Namaste Mushala Yuda. Namaste Revatikanta. Namaste Bhaktavatsala. Namaste Balinamshastha. Namaste Dharanidhara. Pralambare Namastestu. Trai Mam Krishna Purvaja. Obeisance is to you, O holder of the plow. Obeisance to you, O wielder of the mace. Obeisance is to you, O darling of Revati. Obeisance to you, O kind benefactor of your devotees. Obeisance to you, O best of the strong. Obeisance to you, O upholder of the earth. Obeisance to you, O enemy of Pralamba. Please protect me, all the brother of Krishna. When the number of wicked kings increased, Bhumidevi, the goddess of earth, turned himself into a cow and took refuge in Vishnu. The Lord then promised to be born as the sons of Vasudeva, named Krishna and Balarama. This is something that I want to open a little parenthesis. There are many people, especially in India, that they say that Krishna and Balarama, they are Vishnu's incarnation, while we say that Krishna is the origin of all avatars. So who is right and who is wrong? I am daring you. I am challenging you. Who is right? Who is wrong?
Nobody.
Huh?
In the Bhagavad Gita,
Nobody.
it says Krishna Bhagavan Swayam.
They are both right. They are both right. Because Krishna and Balarama, who didn't actually came out of the womb of Devaki, but was transferred in the womb of another wife of Vasudeva. So they are an incarnation of Vishnu. Krishna and Balarama, they are an incarnation of Vasudeva and Sankarsana. Krishna and Balarama, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, they did not take birth in Mathura, but they took birth in Gokula. They are two different Krishnas. They are two different Balarama. One couple took birth in Mathura, and the other one took birth in Gokula. And when Vasudeva, Krishna's father, Krishna Vasudeva father, his name was Krishna Vasudeva, because he was an incarnation of Vasudeva. So Vasudeva, his son was not called Vasudeva, Vasudeva. If you pay some attention, you'll see that when Vasudeva is applied to Krishna, the first A is long. There is a little line on top of it, which means of Vasudeva. That's what the first long A means. So Krishna Vasudeva is the son of Vasudeva. Okay? So when Vasudeva brought Krishna in Gokula, crossing the Yamuna, all the stories there in Krishna book, so Srila Prabhupada told the story. And then Krishna of Gokula, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the Krishna Vasudeva of Mathura, they merged together in one personality. So when Krishna kills demons, That's a Krishna Vasudeva or Mathura. Krishna does not kill demons. Krishna stays in, take bath in the Yamuna, dancing with the gopis, playing with the gopa. This is Krishna. Krishna does not kill any. There are not demons in the spiritual life, in the spiritual world. So, since the two divine personalities came together, when Krishna has to kill demons like Agasura, Keshi, whoever, that's Krishna Vasudeva. And when he plays the flute and plays with gopas and gopis, that's Krishna of Gokula. Is that clear? The Lord then promised to be born as the sons of Vasudeva, named Krishna and Balarama. Surasena, king of Mathura. And sometimes Mathura is being called Madhura, is the same place. Madhura and Mathura. Surasena, king of Mathura, had a son named Vasudeva. Devaka had a daughter named Devaki. The marriage of Devaki with Vasudeva was celebrated, but at the same day in Asaririni. Asaririni is a heavenly voice from the sky. Said that the eighth child of Devaki would kill Kamsa. Obviously, Kamsa was not happy in here and there, and immediately he decided to kill Devaki. But after Vasudeva told him, today we are getting married, it's not very nice to kill your sister, the day of her marriage. So just put us in jail and we'll give you all the children that we do and you kill them, you do whatever you want. And Kamsa put both Vasudeva and Devaki in jail. The first 6 sons born of Devaki were killed the moment they were born by striking them against the ground. I did a class on the 6 sons of Devaki. Who remember this? A video conference. Yeah, Mataji Lavanga Govinda also. So I gave a class because I don't remember who made a question. Maybe Mataji Lavanga herself did this question, very nice questions. And so I did a class that basically Kamsa was killing his own brother, but this is a whole story. Please go watch again the video. The first 6 sons born to Devaki were killed the moment they were born by striking them against the ground. Devaki became pregnant for the 7th time. The baby in the womb was Ananta, incarnate by Vishnu's directive to be of help to him when he would also be born soon as Krishna. So Ananta or Sankarsana is the same personality. Therefore, it was necessary to save the child from the cruel hands of Kamsa, as he was certain he would kill the babe the same way he had killed all the others. So Vishnu ordered Mayadevi to take the child from the womb of Devaki and place it in that of Rohini. Who is Rohini? Rohini is Vasudeva's wife. It's one of the many. Vasudeva had many wives. One of his wives was Rohini. So when he was put in jail with Devaki, Vasudeva said, Rohini, don't stay here, it's dangerous. Kamsa is a criminal. He may even put you in jail or can kill you. So please go away. And Rohini said, where should I go? And Vasudeva said, I have a very dear friend in Gokula whose name is Nanda Maharaj. Please go in Gokula, take shelter on Nanda Maharaj. You will be safe there. The Kamsa didn't even know where Rohini was. So Rohini went to Gokula, and the 7th son of Devaki was Balarama, was transferred in the womb of Rohini. So that's why he's known as the son of Rohini, but everybody who knows the story, he knows that Balaram is another son of, of Devaki. So he had two mothers, Rohini and Devaki. Mayadevi did so, and the boy got the name of Sankarsana, also because of this. Sankarshan means to be transferred. That's the meaning of the name. He took the name Sankarshan because of this. The news spread that Devaki aborted. They didn't know she did not abort. It was a transference. Rohini delivered the boy and was named Sarir Garshana, or also Balarama. Esto se encuentra, this you can meet all these details in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. Srila Jiva Goswami has explained, Baladeva or Balarama, we are used, here in India, everybody calls Balarama Baladeva. It's the same thing, it's okay, but Srila Prabhupada used to call Balarama Balarama, so we follow our spiritual master when possible, even in details. So we call him Balarama. Srila Jiva Goswami has explained, Baladeva Prabhu appeared after Jula Yatra on the Purnima, the full moon day. And 7 days later, Sri Krishna appeared on Bhadra Ashtami, the auspicious 8th day of the moon in the month of Bhadra. Bhadra is August, September, now. In 7 days from now, Sri Krishna will be born. In the same way, Balarama, partial incarnation, first appeared in the womb of Devaki, and then, following Krishna's order, Yogamaya transferred him to the womb of Rohini. There in Vraja, he manifested in his full feature. What is the full feature? The feature is Balarama in the spiritual world. So there was a difference between, as already explained, the Balarama took birth in Devaki's womb. But when he was transferred to Gokula, then he became Balarama. He was merged in Balarama, the second Supreme Personality of Godhead. And for him, the same thing is applicable. When Balarama kills demons, is Ananta or Sankarshan, is the same thing. And when he plays, because Balarama is a Gopa, but when he plays with his friends, then he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the second personality of Godhead. There in Vraja, he manifested in his full feature. That's a note that I have written. So the partial expansion of Balarama was transferred from Devaki to Rohini womb, where Baladeva full original feature manifested. This comes from Jiva Goswami. It's not from anyone. It's Jiva Goswami says this. In Vrindavan, Krishna is the son of Yashoda and Baladeva is the son of Rohini, and they are the source of all other expansions. So somebody say, so why they are called brothers? It's Balarama's mother is Rohini, and Rohini is the wife of Vasudeva. It's not the wife of Nanda Maharaj. And Krishna is the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. But the point is that the great sages told everyone that actually Krishna and Balarama, mother, is the same mother. That's Devaki. Okay? And as far as the Balarama in Gokula, in Goloka Vrindavan, they are brothers also transcendentally, not because of a family relationship. According to the Garga Samhita, Baladeva Prabhu appeared after Janmashtami, but if this is accepted, there will be confusion. This is This is a lot of fun when great acharya, they disagree one with the other, you know. And we that we are students, they students, we don't really know who to prefer. So there was some kind of discussion, and Srila Prabhupada in one of his books said, but we follow Jiva Goswami, you know. Another acharya, very important acharya, said, I think Vishnu Swami or some, one of the highest acharya said something, Jiva Goswami said, yeah, but this is not really true, etc. Then Srila Prabhupada said, okay, this said that, the other one, and Jiva Goswami said, we follow Jiva Goswami. So we follow our acharyas in our line, in our parampara. That's a reason to accept to be part of a parampara. What is the difference? But Sampradaya and Parampara? So parampara is a branch. Parampara is the trunk. Okay? So Balarama will be older than Krishna by 1 year. And then they will not be able to play together, wrestle on equal terms, and have the name giving ceremony performed for both of them at the same time. Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami has explained Baladeva Prabhu appeared after Jula Yatra on the Purnima, the full moon day, 7 days later. 7 days, not 1 year, as many says. 7 days later, Sri Krishna appeared on Bhadra Ashtami, the auspicious 8th day of the moon in the month of Bhadra, August and September. That's okay? So when he appeared, according, let's a double. I should erase this. So before going to Balarama pastimes, we give some information. Some of you may like this information, some not really, but you should listen. In Gora Lila, Balarama is Nityananda Prabhu. His father is Vasudeva. His mother is Rohini or Devaki. His brother is a younger Sri Krishna, and sister is Subhadra. His wife is Srimati Varuni Devi, and a second wife, Revati Devi. Other names of Balarama is Balabhadra, Haladara, and many others. Balaram is 16 years old and full of luster or youth. And somebody may ask, I hope that you asked, but what does it mean he is 16 years old? It's not eternal. So either it's eternal, he has no age, or he's 16 years old and then he becomes 17. So which is right and which is wrong? Well, it's both, again, it's both right. He is eternal, but in his eternal body, he appears as a 16 years old boy in this planet Earth. If you take a boy, a 16 years old boy, and you look to his features, etc., then this is Balarama. Balarama was 16, is eternally 16 years old. It's a fair complexion of color crystal. It's not white. It's crystal. Crystal is not white. So it's different. He wears a blue garment and a garland of forest flowers. Balarama is the first personal expansion Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all incarnation expands from him. Yeah, that's actually Krishna. No avatar comes from Krishna. All avatar comes from Balarama. Balarama is the creator, although this word, the creator, is not really perfect. He's the creator of the spiritual world. He, by his energy, he manifests the spiritual world, and this is why he's the original guru. Who can give me an explanation why Balarama must be the original guru? great pandits. Here I have great scholars. So if you are very, very rich, what do you want to do? You want to give it to others. Just like we have the super rich who are doing charity, opening, opening hospitals, etc. So Balarama manifests a spiritual world. And it's beautiful. It's eternal. There is no sickness. There is no old age. There's eternally plain, etc. It's a beautiful place. So that's why from all the gurus, comes from Balarama, because the guru is the one who helps people to go back to Krishna, to go back in the spiritual world. And this is the reason why Nityananda Prabhu also is considered to be the original guru, because he's the incarnation of Balarama. In Krishna's pastimes, he plays Krishna's elder brother. Together, Krishna and Balaram enact many pastimes. As cowherd boys in the land of Vrindavan, Lord Balaram carries a plough and a club and is known for his great strength. Bala means young, but it also means strong. So Balarama, the powerful Rama. And Rama is also a nice name for the original guru, because the guru gives happiness to everybody. Rama means happiness. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 5, there is the whole chapter. Krishnadas Kavaraja Goswami writes the whole chapter about Sri Balarama and the Guru Tattva. So let's go to the pastimes. Dhenukasura. Dhenukasura is the ass demon, donkey demon. Once the cowherd friends of Krishna and Balarama told them in Talavan forest, Talavan is not very far from here, many fruits are falling down from the trees and many are lying on the ground. But all the fruits are being guarded by evil Dhenuka. Oh Rama, oh Krishna, Dhenuka is a very powerful demon in the form of an ass. He is surrounded by many friends who assume similar shapes and who are just as powerful as he. Dhenuka has eaten men alive, and therefore all people and animals are terrified in going to the Tala forest, Talavan, for the forest of Tala. What is Tala? Tala is a type of trees, the type of trees that the cowboy boys were talking about. In the Tala forest are sweet-smelling fruits no one has ever tasted. Indeed, even now we can smell the fragrance of the Tala fruits spreading all around, all about. Oh Krishna, please get those fruits for us. Our minds are so attracted by this aroma. Dear Balaram, our desire is to have those fruits. It's very great. And if you think that is a good idea too, let's go to the Tala forest. So the Gopas, they just said that everybody is afraid to go to the Tala forest because of the demons. But then they said, let's go. Why? Because they trusted Krishna, of course. It is a psychological mechanism that when you love somebody, even if you don't know, even if this person obviously is not able to do everything, but the person at your eye becomes invincible. This is a psychological aspect of human nature. Hearing the words of their dear companions, Krishna and Balara laughed, and desiring to please them, set off for the Tala forest, surrounded by their cowherd boys. Lord Balaram entered the Tala forest first, and with his arms he began shaking the trees with the power of the maddened elephant, causing the Tala fruit to fall to the ground. Hearing the sound of the falling fruits, Denuka ran to attack Balarama. How do you dare? Making the earth and trees tremble. The powerful demon rushed up to Lord Balaram and sharply struck his chest with the hooves of the hind legs. Then Denuka began to run about, braying loudly. Again, the furious ass rushed toward Balaram and situated himself with his back toward the Lord. Then, screaming in rage, the demon hurled his hind legs toward him. Lord Balaram seized Denuka by his hooves, whirled him about with one end. He was a big animal, wasn't small, bigger than a normal asses we see around, and threw him into the top of a palm tree. Yeah, Balaram thought, you like so much these fruits and this, then I will throw you on the top of a tree. The violent wheeling motion killed the demon. Lord Balaram threw the dead body of Dhenukasura into the tallest palm tree in the forest, and when the body landed in the treetop, the tree began shaking. The great palm tree first caused, first caused a tree by side to shake, then it broke. So first it shake, and then it broke under the weight of the demon. And the second tree shook it because of a third one to say. In other words, the first one made many trees to fall down on the floor. In this way, a chain reaction was created, and many trees in the forest shook and broke. Thoroughly enraged by the death of Denuka, the remaining ash demons ran to attack Krishna and Balaram. As the demon attacked, Krishna and Balaram easily seized them one after another by their hind legs and threw them all into the tops of palm tree. All this story, it comes from the Krishna book by Srila Prabhupada. You find it. So I have a very long list. Pralambasura, Keshi, the Restless, Jarasandha, the king of Kalinga, the residents, Dvivida, Ramaharshana. I can talk for a few years, but I don't know how much time you have left. So please tell me how much you want me to talk.
I think we could do another half an hour because we started half an hour late.
Half hour?
Half an hour more because we started half an hour late. It's okay.
Maybe the devotees, they have some engagement or something. I don't know.
Well,
Lavanga Mataji?
If you could, Maharaj, would you mind reminding us what each demon represents? Because I know the
I don't,
Inkasura,
I am not understanding what you are saying. Your voice is
um, okay, can you hear me?
yeah, it's a little, Okay, try to say more.
One moment. All right. How about now?
Oh, it's much better.
Okay. So I was wondering if you would be able to mention what each demon represents.
Oh, this Bhaktivinoda Thakur made a long list of, and you can read it. I prefer not to, because although whatever an Acharya does is perfect, I don't discuss. But some devotees are like saying, well, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that these were not real demons. These are stories invented by somebody to teach us some philosophical, ethical principles. So, since we know that Dhenukasura actually existed, as the scriptures said, and Pralambasura and Keshi and everybody, it was a real demon, a real personality that existed thousands of years ago, etc. So I never gave a class on that book. So it's nice, but please don't be confused by thinking that these demons never existed and are there only to teach us some ethical, or philosophical thing.
I see. Well, thank you for explaining that because I didn't know that some people thought they didn't exist. I
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
thought both were true, that
Oh,
they
yeah.
existed and also.
Oh yeah, we have everything. We never miss anything. We have speculator. We have, but no, it's not. It's not speculator. It's not always in a negative sense. What I mean is that we had to be very careful, when we deal with philosophy, and sometimes when we read things, we should not. We should learn the mechanism of suspension or judgment, especially us Westerners, everybody, but especially Westerners, they immediately want to arrive to the conclusion. This is right and this is wrong. If Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that, it means that the Nukasura never existed. So all these things we had to, this philosophy could be very simple. Just chant Hare Krishna, take prasadam, do some service, go to the temple. That's okay. But it can be also very complicated, very difficult to understand. So depends who are you, what you like it. If you like it complicated, you can complicate. So this type of person has to be very careful to suspend their immediate judgment and understand that even two opposite things can be equally right. We just have to learn the science of contextualization. How you say that in the context?
Yes, contextualization.
Contextualization. Contextualization means something is true in a context. And in the same context, it's not true. But in another context, the other thing that it was not true in the other becomes true in the other one. So this is a philosophy for philosophers. So since your questions, it's not the first time that the devotees say, I always very wary to tell them, don't be confused, because this is, if you doubt the Dhenukasura, Pralambasura, etc., were real demons, then you doubt everything. You can doubt Bhagavad Gita. You can doubt Krishna, that never existed. Then it's just a nice philosophy. No doubt made by extremely intelligent people. There's no doubt about that. But, it's just a philosophy. Philosophy means it's a food for intelligence, but not for devotion. For devotion, you need to accept that Krishna exists. Otherwise, who are you loving? If Krishna does not exist, there is nobody to love. So it is very, very important to take literally, to take in a literal way what the Vedas say, even if in some context, again, it may confuse, how you say that, it may bewilder us. Okay? I know that I didn't answer your question, but this answer was more important than the other one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, so let's talk about Pralambasura. That's okay? So when we are at the last 5-10 minutes, somebody, Yamuna or Govinda, anybody, tell me, Maharaj, we are almost over. One day, while Krishna and Balaram, I have like only on Balaram, I have some 120 pages. And this is not all, because we know that Krishna and Balaram pastimes, activities there is no end to them. So one day, while Krishna Balaram and the cowherd boys, friends, were tending the cows in the Vrindavan forest, the demon Pralamba entered their midst. He assumed the form of cowherd boy with the intention of kidnapping Krishna and Balaram. So who Pralamba was? Pralamba was Kamsa's friend. So one of the king Kamsa. You remember that Kamsa was advised by the celestial boys that the eighth son of your sister will kill you. So he knew obviously that he never could kill the eighth son. First of all, because the eighth son of Devaki was not a son; it was a daughter. You remember the story. So the story is that Vasudeva took his son, the eighth son, he brought it into Gokula, and there was one child, a female child. There were actually two. There are two twins. Krishna and Yogamaya are twins. But Vasudeva could not see the male child. He could see only the female. So he exchanged. He put his son in the bed and went back to Mathura with the child, Yogamaya. And that's, the story. Whoever has read the Krishna book knows this story. Kamsa tried to kill her because he said, well, the boy said the boy, not the girl. But he said, well, just in case. So he thought better safe than sorry. And so he tried to kill Yogamaya, but he had some difficult time because Yogamaya jumped in the sky and said, you are not going to. And then Yogamaya went to up in the mountain, and then he incarnated herself. You know who is Yogamaya's incarnation? Subhadra. Subhadra incarnation of Yogamaya. That's why they are sisters. They are sisters because she was Yashoda, Mai daughter. She was the twin of Lord Krishna. That's why Subhadra is Krishna's sister. Okay, when we see the three chariot, Jagannath, Balarama, and Subhadra, they are the three brothers. That's okay. So, and after that, he knew that this boy was born because Yogamaya told him, "You Kamsa, you are a fool." You ever read this passage in the Krishna book? You fool. You think that killing me or anybody, you are safe. You are not, because the person who is going to kill you is born, is safe, and you just wait your destiny. So then he said that we had to kill everybody, all the children born in these days. Just like in the Bible, there is a similar story. They took it from the Vedas. So he wanted to kill all children, male children, who were born during these days. And then and called his friends, demoniac friends, were yogis who had mystical powers, to go and kill everybody. Then Pralamba came to Vrindavan, and then and then he understood that the person who was supposed to kill his friend was actually Krishna and Balarama. So he said, maybe I should kill everybody, but let's start with Krishna and Balarama. So since he was a yogi with great mystical power, he took the form of a gopa. So when Pralamba transformed his body into a young body, Krishna understood that he was not a gopa, he was a demon, because he's the all-knowing personality. Still, the Lord pretended to accept the demon as a friend, while at the same time considered how to kill him. So Krishna assembled the coward boys and divided them into two teams. This is what boys do. They play. So they do teams. I am the cowboy and you are the Indians. I remember when I was young, was always I am the cowboy and the Indians. And the Indians were always the bad people. Maybe they were not. Anyway, this was our way because it was nice to have guns. The Indians, they had, they didn't have guns. So the boy became after after the coward boys had chosen Krishna and Balarama as the leader of the other team, the boys began to play various games involving carriers and passengers. In these games, the winner would climb up on the back of the loser, who would have to carry them, thus carrying and being carried by another one at the same time tending the cows. The boys went to a banyan tree known as Bandiraka. You know, the Bandiraka tree is not close to here, but it's a very nice place to visit. So when you will come to Vrindavan, you should visit Bandira. When Sridhama, Vrishaba, and all the other members of Lord Balaram party were victorious in these games, Krishna, his followers, has to carry them. Thus, Krishna had to carry Sridhama, Bhadrasena has to carry Vrishaba, and Pralamba had to carry Balarama. So Pralamba went to the Krishna's team, but they lost. And so Krishna carried Sridhama, Bhadrasena, Vrishaba, and Pralamba had to carry Balarama. Considering Lord Krishna invincible, the demon Pralamba quickly carried Balarama far beyond the spot where he was supposed to put his passenger down. So he understood that he couldn't kill Balarama in front of Krishna. So he carried Balarama away in a secluded place. As the great demon carried Balarama, the Lord became as massive as a Mount Sumeru, and Pralamba had to slow down. So Pralamba was running and running and running. So and Balarama became heavier and heavier and heavier. Pralamba started to have problems. Pralambasura then he couldn't continue to carry Balarama in that body, so he took his own body, a huge demoniac body. And it was covered with golden ornaments, and that resembled a cloud, flashing with lightning and carrying the moon. That's nice, this comparison of Balarama as the moon, because Balarama is quite whitish. Again, not white, but it's whitish. When Lord Balarama saw the gigantic body of the demon as he moved swiftly in the sky, with his blazing eyes, fiery hair, terrible teeth, and reaching towards his scowling brows. What is that? Anyway, and amazing effulgence generated by his armlets, crown, and hearing, the Lord seemed to become a little frightened. So Balarama was playing as a young boy. All young boys are afraid of monsters. So he was like, oh, being afraid of Pralamba. Remember the actual situation, the Balarama became actually fearless, understood that the demon was trying to kidnap him and take him away from his companions. He thought, he wants to carry me away so that he can kill me better, easier. Then the Lord then became furious, very angry, because he wanted to stay with his friends, and struck the demon's head with his hard fist. Just as Indra, the king of the demigods, strike a mountain with his thunderbolt weapon. Thus smashed by Balarama's fist, Pralamba's head immediately cracked open. The demon vomited blood from his mouth and lost all consciousness. And then, with a great noise, he fell lifeless to the ground like a mountain devastated by Indra. This thing of the mountain and Indra are quite recurring, because in the Mahabharata you find a nice story like of Indra having to strike down mountains. But this is a long story. We are not going to take the other story today, another day. The cowherd boys were more astonished to see how. So the cowherd boys heard the noise, so they rushed to the place, and they saw and were astonished to see how the powerful Balarama had killed the demon Pralamba. And they exclaimed, excellent, excellent, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu significa very good. Sadhu, sadhu, very good, very good. They offered Balarama profuse benedictions and glorified him. Their minds overwhelmed with ecstatic love, they embraced him as he had returned from the death. This also is from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam Krishna book by Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so I think we can tell, yes, Yamuna?
Thank you, Gurudev. I wish we could hear all of the stories, all of the pastimes. As you pointed out, there's just not enough time. But I have a question. Maybe I've asked you this question before, and but I would like a little more elaboration, because Balaram kind of disappears from our radar at the time of the Mahabharata. And you explained to me once why he did not participate, but I do wonder, what was he doing during that period of time, and was he reunited with Krishna afterwards?
Okay, let's do a plan. Although the answer to this question will not take much. So I would propose, as we are democratic, to answer this question, to tell the story of Keshi, and then we close. What do you think, Govind?
Yes, Guru Maharaj. I think
Okay.
that's-
Abby, Batin Abby, it's okay with you? No answer. Okay. But Fabian, it's okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it's just 18 days. That's the time that Balarama went away, just 18 days. So he visited many places, but during these 18 days, when the 18 days elapsed, then he just went back. And when he went back, that was exactly the time when Duryodhana was fighting with Bhima, and he saw that that Bhima struck Duryodhana very unfairly. So he was very, very angry, he wanted to kill Bhima, but Krishna convinced him to forgive him because there are certain rules for fights. Okay? So it's okay, the answer?
Yes, Gurudev.
Meanwhile, in Mathura, the wicked king Kamsa was about to send a horse demon, Keshi, to Vrindavan in order to kill Krishna. The Keshi demon asked King Kamsa, "How will I recognize Krishna?" Kamsa told him that it would be easy to tell, because Krishna would be the only person wearing a peacock feather and playing a flute. While Balarama was fully enjoying his pastime of being Krishna for the day, the fierce horse demon Keshi stormed into Vrindavan. Seeing Balarama wearing a peacock feather in his crown and playing a flute, matching the description King Kamsa given of Krishna, the Keshi demon roared up and gave Balarama a mighty kick that would have killed a full-grown elephant. So Keshi didn't know Krishna, but he saw the Balarama with a peacock feather, so he said, he must be Krishna. This kick of the horse demon totally knocked the wind out of Balarama and sent him tumbling out of the demon's sight. Thinking that he had finally killed Krishna, the Keshi demon galloped away. Balarama, picking himself up, began to cry. Balarama's chest still hurt from the demon's kick, and he was short of breath. Balarama was hungry, very tired, and sore all over from tumbling so far. Reaching home, Balarama immediately went to Krishna and returned his fruit and pickle feather. And Balarama told Krishna that, okay, you keep this. I will never ask you. Because, you know, he never again wanted to wear them. And that a huge horse demon had just violently kicked him, thinking that he was Krishna. Maybe it's not a good idea being Krishna. Then Balaram met his mother Rohini and fell asleep in her arms. Krishna replaced the peacock feather in his crown, tucked the flute back in his belt, and walked into the village. That's the Keshi story. And as you know, in due course of time, but this is Balarama's day, that's why we are not telling the story how Krishna killed Keshi. Actually, this Keshi is the reason why Nanda Maharaj moved from Nandagram to, well, one of the reasons. Because the father of Nanda Maharaj lived in Nandagram, and because there were demons like this Keshi, and then the father of Nanda Maharaj, which is Parjanya, thought maybe it's better to move. He crossed the Yamuna and went to reside in Gokula. But then the demons came there also, and Nanda Maharaj at the time grown up and crossed again the Yamuna, and eventually he went back to reside in Nandagram. So this Keshi demon, it was a long time, and he was not bothering people only because of Krishna, that comes asked him to kill Krishna, but also because he was just nasty, you know, and he was doing a lot of chaos. And well, that's it. I think for today, I will go on and on and on, but I will not. Maybe next year, if somebody may note down that we arrived to Keshi, then we can tell some other pastime. Okay, any finishing question? No questions. Okay, good.
Well, Hare Krishna, Srila Guru Maharaj, please accept my respectful obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Um, at the beginning, yeah, thank you very much for sharing the pastimes. At the beginning, when we were explaining like about Mother Devaki and Vasudeva, there was a, I don't know, it was I guess like an experience or something where so far like I've been relating to the pastimes with just paint, the paintings that we see, the paintings in Krishna book and the Srimad Bhagavatam, and so these pastimes seem, they're in my mind, they still seem kind of like caricatures, like characters, like the story. But as we were speaking about the pastimes, it was feeling more that there were actual like people, that there were actual and like, and so um I don't know if that's in a, like maybe that's the the process that we feel that the pastimes, they can evolve for us to be from something um I don't want to say imaginary, but something that we're still kind of learning to something that we're still learning, and then it evolves and changes into something that's actually historical, something that's real in a history. Uh, yeah, it's kind of a question. More a comment. Where you can speak on that.
The I was thinking to that a few days ago because um, sometimes I spend some time in YouTube and I see these Indian movies and you see the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, and you see this actor and actress which are terrible, terrible actors, and also they don't look nothing like Krishna, nothing totally. Krishna at least get a beautiful actor, you know, not just some normal medium guy, you know. And I actually prefer to. I really hate to see men try to act as Krishna and the transcendental personalities. It really disturbs me. I prefer this. How you call it? It was um, character of
Oh, caricatures.
caricature. Caricature. You say caricature. I actually prefer it. I actually prefer because I know this is not the original. You know. But here in India, especially when they see an actor playing Krishna, they think that the Krishna is like that. And this is not, absolutely not. Yeah, personally, I prefer the caricatures. All right. So, yeah, so you can, by remembering the description from the scriptures, you can, in your mind, build up the personality. You know how Krishna is. He was very tall, he's 5 meters around, and is dark, not black. Krishna is not black. Krishna is dark. And peak of feather, long hairs, his skin, if you could touch Krishna's skin, is very soft. He has a Kaustuba jewel here and all these things. So it's very important to read, give attention to descriptions so that we can build up the personality in our mind and not be, you know, and not think that this actor and actress are actually Radha and Krishna. Then.
Well,
Like
what about
there was, yeah, excuse me, no, there was some time ago, there was one picture going around, and somebody says that this is the original painting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who knows this? Lavanga. Have you seen it? I even somebody put this picture on his altar. I hope not temples. They didn't do that. So first of all, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was beautiful, okay? So either the painter was a terrible painter, or that it was not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he had not tulasi beads, he had not tilak, he has not, that is not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because we know how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, the man they didn't look like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was more than 2 meters high, was very tall, and his arms were very, very long, unusually long. He could touch his knees. You try to touch your knees, you will see that you will not be able to, well, standing up, obviously, you will not arrive to your knees. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, there are a lot of cheating. Don't fall down for this cheating. That painting was not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, Lavanga, and then we pause.
Sorry, could I just one last part to that? Since we're speaking about like the paintings and caricatures and that, what about now how we have like I'm sure you've seen the AI and how these paintings are kind of using AI. They're being brought to motion and yeah, and so I think one part of me thinks that it can help in like meditation. It's not like actors, but it's like the paintings, and so it's not, and so it's just adding like another dimension to these paintings that we have. I don't know how you see
There are no
what would you
paintings
advise?
of Krishna. There are paintings made by human painters. Some of them are good painters, and some are bad painters, but there is no. About AI, I am very much in favor of technology because technology is like a knife. You remember we spoke a lot of, quite often, about a knife. The knife is good or bad. It depends how you use it. You can cut your finger or you can cut your vegetable. So internet can be extremely good or extremely bad. That depends how we use it. So AI, I had a plan that don't think that I will be able to realize, but I have many desires. One of the desires was to create a tridimensional online Vrindavan, with real distances that you can move back and forth. I never found anybody who could do this for me. And I had many plans and desires in my life, but Krishna is the one who says yes or not. Sometimes I say yes, and sometimes I say no. Okay, so AI, let's see. Until now, it seems to me a hype. There's not, I've been using ChatGPT, and it's just something that I could have done myself. It's not the ChatGPT or the other one. I don't remember how you call the Chinese one, which is very good actually. What it does is it resumes everything that it finds in internet. So it takes away some time and work for me, for us. But it's not artificial. It's not intelligent that it tells you something that you don't know. It just takes the information, give it to you. That's all. So, and all the thing that one day they will be able to think. This is just to make. You have to start from the base that everybody wants to make money. Money. So if they start to talk about AI 1 or 2 or 3 years before, it actually happens, people will be, oh, AI, what is going to happen? It's going to destroy the world. It's going to do this. It's not going to do anything. Nothing is going to happen. It's just a collectory of information that you find. If you cancel internet, AI can say nothing, cannot say can't say anything. So the people are after money and power. That's all. So the real revolutionary are people who do things that nobody did before, like Srila Prabhupada. Nobody came to the West, or they came, but they failed. These are real. And then there are the materialistic revolutionary, like Elon Musk. You have to give it to him. He did something nobody did before. The guy is a little out, a little off, but still is doing something nobody ever did before. So we had to do also things that nobody never did before. So please, just try to think in what way we can get Krishna consciousness to others in novel fashion. Okay, Lavanga.
Thank you very much.
I'm just taking notes here. So I missed something you said at the beginning of the class that I thought was very important. You mentioned how Balaram was Adiguru, and I was wondering if you could repeat that
Yeah.
for my notes.
Well, he is the Adi Guru because he builds the spiritual world, and because it's beautiful, then he wants people to go there. That's what the guru does. This is the papel, you say, the duty, the function, the spiritual master. A real spiritual master is the one who preach Krishna consciousness. That's all. It's a preacher. And convince people, please go back to Krishna, because here you're going to suffer. In the spiritual world, you're not going to suffer. That's the, and of course, there are three personalities which are Krishna's expansion, and there is the third, without which Balarama won't preach. What's missing? Why Balarama won't bring anybody in the spiritual world if there was not a third personality? It's Radharani. The spiritual world is beautiful because of love, because of prema, because of pastimes, because beauty. So everybody wants to love, receive love, and play all these things. Everybody. It's a human nature. It's a human nature because it is a spiritual nature. So the Balarama wants to bring everybody in the spiritual world because Srimati Radharani is the one who gives highest pleasure to be there.
Okay, I got it. Thank you so much.
And what is the Krishna's papel, are you saying in English? What is a duty?
His role.
Role.
Yeah.
Role? Yeah, what is a Krishna's role? Is the worst of all. Is to receive service. Receive love. It is not better to love than to be loved. Of course, being loved is nice, but it's more intense when you love. If you are loved and you don't love, you don't want to love. You don't want anything. But if you love somebody and that somebody does not want, you still want him or want her, because this is the nature of love. So Krishna is the Purusha, is the one who accepts the service. And so Radharani and Balarama, they make the spiritual world so beautiful that everybody wants to go there and love Krishna. And everybody is very happy that there is one Krishna. You know, materialistic people, they envy the Krishna. They think, oh, he is so beautiful. I would like to be Krishna. But Krishna does not like to be Krishna because it's inferior to love. To be loved is inferior to love. So they want everybody in the spiritual world, and Krishna accepts the love of everybody. And once in a while, he comes as his greatest devotee, who is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to taste the rasa of devotion, to love. That's to love, because Krishna is a Purusha that he loves also, but he is the one who is supposed to receive love. You know, if you really love somebody, do you really care if somebody loves you? You know, if you want to be loved in exchange to love, then you are not a lover. You are a businessman who gives something in exchange of something else. And if you don't receive that, then you are not going to love anymore. After a while, you say, okay, thank you, I'm going to find somebody else. You see? So the so Krishna, of course, loves everybody. There is a lot of pastimes, etc. But it's not the same thing because he is Krishna. That's why he wants to forget. Even during the pastimes, he wants to be treated as the son, as a friend, as a lover, as like this, because otherwise he ruins his pleasure. But his biggest pleasure is take the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and somebody was saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are Krishna. He was shut his ears. Why? Because it's wasting. He's wasting his pleasure. He came down to forget about Krishna. Well, not to forget about being Krishna. And he wanted to be a devotee of Krishna. So if somebody tell you, no, you are Krishna, then leave me alone, just one incarnation. Let me be the greatest devotee ever appeared in this world, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so anything else? I just wanted maybe to conclude that after 2 months, I went to walk in the Govardhan. I don't know why you haven't seen the videos. I'm sure Yamuna saw them all. This is very important to know where places are. It will fill your mind. Otherwise, you think about material thing. So if you take all your daily preoccupations and you fill your mind with Krishna Katha, philosophy, pastimes, transcendental geography, and all these things, because I love transcendental geography. As a kid, as a young devotee, I was hearing words, Vrindavan and Mayapur and this, and where are they? What is this place anyway? I want to know, where is this? At that time, there was no Google Maps, which is another Krishna bless Google. And I don't care if they are billion, I don't care, just let me use your Google Maps so that you can see everything. You can see even the houses. You can see the people, although they don't move. But one day they will do moving maps so that you know where Govardhan is. And today I went to, I wanted to do another, how you say, another tragitto, another ruta, another, how you say route in English?
Another route.
Route, another route, but the driver messed it up, as usually the Indian drivers, they are a mess. He brought me somewhere else, and I said, no, I want to go 1 kilometer, I said, before. And he said, okay, let's go. I forget it, So I started I started wherever he left me, and I arrived to Aniora quite quickly, and then to Govinda Kund. But still, today, even if my body does not help me at all, I did at least 7, 8 kilometers walking without never sitting down. So it's very nice. All of you are very kind that you worry about my health. You know, if I can go to Govardhan every day, I will certainly be better. All right, I think we can. Thank you very much, Yamuna. I think we can close here. And my disciple Shanti is there. The huge eyes. Shanti. Shanti, Shanti Om. Lavanga, you know that I gave the name to go to Govinda's daughter?
Oh, I didn't know that. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. At that time, during Srila Prabhupada times, nobody, no Grihastha would dare to give name to their children. Nobody. You know, we write to Srila Prabhupada to give a name. He would give the name to all children, or if for any reason the GBC, a sannyasi, somebody, but nobody would give him. So Govinda, I don't know if you knew this or it was just from his heart, and he asked me the name for Shanti. She's very beautiful and growing up, and then I gave him the name Shanti. So I hope that this Shanti doesn't cry all night and make his parents crazy. So Govinda, is she Shanti actually or not?
No, she's becoming more Ashanti now.
More Ashanti. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, all glory to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Vrindavana Dham Ki Jai.
Jai, thank you so much,
Bye.
Maharaj.
Ayos
Thank
ki
you.
jai.
Hare Krishna.